banks have been cautious about using the cloud for obvious security reasons. Security is top of mind for every bank's CEO. In this next chapter, Adrian Poole of Google Cloud Platform explains how you can warehouse data globally and keep it secure.
The theme of Sibos is thriving in a hyper-connected world. Obviously for banks, this is a huge opportunity, isn't it? To be able to serve customers all over the place and online, of course.
It is, and I think we're seeing that, particularly with the startup and the challengers, where they may start with one particular country, but actually the cloud, and particularly Google Cloud, enables them to take that model. Obviously they need to meet the regulations of another environment, but actually expand with actually very little investment.
Yeah, and of course that's connected in a way to open banking, isn't it? Because open banking obviously allows challengers and third parties to move into the banking space and compete with the banks in a way we haven't seen that before.
That's right, and I think what organisations are, there are two sides to this. There's the threat of new incumbents, but there's also the opportunity of actually how they can expand their portfolio and their client base, cross-sell, upsell. So it's a really interesting time, and clients are seeing that kind of digital disruption and really a wake-up call to start thinking about how they change, maybe even change their business models.
Okay, but I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Because in a way, we sort of live in this exciting global world where everything is connected. But in another way, we do have different standards on data privacy and data conduct, especially between the three major areas, between China, Europe, and America. I mean, do you see that as a break on some of these things, or is it something that technology can overcome?
Well, I think technology can overcome that, but it's obviously something that we're very conscious of. We spend a lot of time working with regulators to make sure that the services we provide and offer are compliant. And of course, there's a responsibility for our clients to make sure they understand the types of data and where they're putting it. And within our environment with Google Cloud, you can decide, actually, I just want that to be in a particular country and provide that restriction on that data.
So obviously this requires banks to have storage facilities for their data in many jurisdictions, and is that a challenge? Having the storage facilities and then pulling data out of one place and putting it into another place as you need it, or is it something that's the state of the art?
I think it very much depends on the individual organisation and whether they have data sharing agreements. We have a global network and centres in many countries.
So obviously the banks are concerned about control of their data and breaches of data. And if they put it outside of the organisation, that they've lost control of it. How can you reassure them on this?
Well, very importantly, Google Cloud is not the controller of the data. That always remains with a financial institution, and it's their data, they control it. We are merely a processor of that data. And what I've found is, as we've gone through this with now many institutions, when their deep experts analyse how we provide services, they actually conclude that they're safer using Google Cloud than they are on-premise.
Okay, and is the regulator as happy as the bank is? Because that matters too, doesn't it?
It does, but what the regulator is looking for is, this is part of an outsource arrangement effectively, and what the regulator is looking for from their institutions is that they have an understanding of the risks they may be taking, the processes they're putting in place, and the appropriate controls, so they understand that whole arrangement.
So are we going to see some of these security aspects of the cloud demonstrated at Sibos?
I think we're really excited about Sibos. I think it's going to be the largest ever in London, and we have our CEO, Thomas Kurian, who'll be doing the closing keynote. We also have a number of demos which highlight really what our partners are building, and we're really focused on what the solutions are for our clients. So KPMG will be talking about their digital concierge application. We have Contexa talking about their entity analytics, which is helping to fight financial crime. And we have Quantify, who are talking about their contact center AI, which is helping serve clients in a much more rapid and supported way.
Thank you, Adrian. It's going to be an exciting Sibos. Thank you.
Thank you.